Yeah, we're here.
All right, we're all here. Does everyone know what's going on?
All right, welcome back to All Things Gumball. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about a video I saw a couple weeks ago. It was a very enthusiastic video, and the guys that are in it are just the coolest. They seem like the coolest guys. They seem like they have a lot of fun together.
Okay, we're all buying a gumball machine, okay?
The video was put together by a guy who's on YouTube, and he's got a big following. His name is Marcus Johns.
And we're going to get whatever gumball machine we want, and we can put in whatever candy or thing we want into these machines. The name of the game is whoever gets the most money from their machine in a 1 month period
Wind.
gets all
The profits.
of the profits from all of the machines.
And he's got 3 friends of his, Andy, Cody, and John. So he came up with the title for his video, How Much Money Can You Make with a Gumball Machine? And what he and his 3 friends did is they went out.
What would you sell? What would you sell at a bundle price? Would you sell for $100 for 3?
I'll do 3 for 150 if you want, but not the one you hold, not the one you touch.
They went out and they bought a one-headed gumball machine.
This one, the green one, the one right here.
Black, green, and yellow.
Now the machines themselves are a little bit pricey. You know, he spent about $40 a piece on each machine, and it's, you know, if you can find machines like that just have one selection. You can sometimes find them for about $25 a piece, so I think he got a little bit ripped off, but that's all right. Not too bad. I mean, the price isn't too bad.
Is it clean? Is it ready to just stick candy in?
Clean the machines. Always clean the machines. You don't know where they've been. You don't know who's been playing with them. You know, the person who's selling you the machine, what if he has a kid and the kid puts his little pet mouse inside the machine or something just because he's, you know, a kid. So even if you buy a machine from a friend, always, always, always clean the machine before you use it. You're going to be putting food inside the machine. You don't want that food to be contaminated.
I want to give them 2 M&Ms because I want this to make me $200.
John wants to give out 2 M&Ms per quarter. Now, this competition that they're doing is only going to be 30 days long. And probably in 30 days, you won't have that many repeat customers. So nobody's really going to get mad. So it is really a good way to make quite a bit of money very quickly in a competition. But if you really did that in real life, if you gave out 2 pieces of M&Ms, 2 peanut M&Ms for a quarter, over time people are going to talk and they're going to say, don't use that machine, it'll rip you off.
All right, let's go.
Watch out, camper.
Moment of freaking trip.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that sounded like a lot, dude. It doesn't sound like a scam to me.
The perfect amount.
Oh, you're getting.
All right, so 6 pieces, 7 pieces for peanut M&Ms. That is a great number. It's a good balance between making a large profit and cheating your customer. You don't want to cheat your customer. You don't want to, you don't want to give away so many that you don't make any money, and you don't want to give away so few that you piss off your customer. So 6, 7 pieces, peanut M&Ms, right there. That's perfect.
Back in. Stop eating my
Dude,
profit.
that's disgusting. You just put your nasty hands into that and it's all contaminated and I got it on camera. And now, Kristen! Seriously, that is nasty. I'm not gonna put that on YouTube.
Look at this. No gloves. Guys, this is one of my pet peeves. I talk about it all the time. No gloves. Wear gloves if you're going to handle the candy. That's Kristen right there. Marcus's wife.
I feel like we need to wash yours inside.
Yours is disgusting compared to John's.
Shoot, dude. What do we do?
If yours was next to John's, I would choose John's.
People eat with their eyes. You know, what do you do before you put the candy in your mouth? What do you do when you're sitting at a restaurant and the waiter brings the food over to the table? What's the first thing you do? You look at the food, okay? And if it doesn't look appetizing, you're not going to want to eat it. If there were 2 machines side by side, like she's pointing out here, and one is a beautiful machine and it's well cleaned and well taken care of and the candy looks fresh, and the other machine, it's rusty and falling apart and the paint is peeling off, you're going to avoid that one. So get in the habit of cleaning the machines, even the base. There's machines that I have that are in warehouses and the bases get dirty after a week, I've been told. But I still go in there and clean the base, put a little WD-40, and it makes people see, clean. Everything's clean, candy's fresh.
Marcus, how much are you hoping to make this month on your candy machine?
Legitimately, if I make 30, I'll go, this is a worthwhile business.
Okay. And if you make
Because
5,
if I
will
make
you get rid of
30,
your machines?
I will abandon this so fast.
Here Marcus is saying that he wants $30 a month, and he says if he gets 5, he's not going to be interested in the business. Well, the average is $10 a month. The average of money that you're going to make on a machine is about $10 a month. So he's really aiming for the stars, you know.
The beginning of an empire.
All right, so he just bought a 2-headed machine on a base, and he's paying $20 for that 2-headed machine, and that's a good price for that machine. But the reason it's so low is because people don't want that brand. That's not a very good brand. When you're starting out, if that's all you can afford, buy it. But then don't stay with that brand, because that's not a very good brand, okay?
Here we go. They beat us to it. Let's get the rip out of here.
All right, now look, this is great. If you can get into a laundromat, that's excellent. There's a couple things I want to point out. It's hard to get into a laundromat, it really is. The reason why is because you can never find the owner. The owner comes in, maybe he comes in early in the morning, collects all his money and leaves. I have tried to get into laundromats for 10 years and I cannot get in. Let's look at this big rack here, this real big rack here. The reason they put big, gigantic racks like this is because it's going to be difficult for someone to steal it. It's going to be difficult for someone to get it out the door. It's not going to be impossible, but you know, something that big is going to be a little more difficult than just a canister, you know, one-headed canister. Someone can put that over their shoulder and run that out the door. The reason you want to have something as big as this is because there's not a lot of people that are keeping an eye on things in those laundromats. You might have one person working there folding clothing or something, or mopping or whatever, but for the most part they don't really, they're not going to act like police. They're not going to police your machines. They're not going to take care of your machines like you want them taken care of.
We might have just got a winner because this guy was like, we actually do have a gumball machine in here, but the dude never came back to take the money. So
you see something like that, you know, you walk into a business and they say, well, nobody's taking care of this machine for a while. Go ahead and ask them, can I take the machine off your hands? A lot of times they'll say, yeah, you can have it, I don't care. You know, it's in the way, you know. Or if you know, they may be a little iffy, they may not want to give it to you. Ask them how long it's been abandoned. Has it, oh, it's been abandoned for a year, you know. Oh, you know, ask them, can I buy it, you know. And a lot of times the money that you pay for the machine, there's money inside the machine and that will pay you back. In other words, you pay the owner of the store $40, and then when you open up the machine, perhaps there's $40 in the machine, so you get your money back, plus you get a free machine.
ladies and gentlemen, I've just found my first place to put a gumball machine. It is at the American Cancer Society Discovery Shop, which is basically like a thrift store, but there's a lot of foot traffic, so I'm actually very excited about it. However, I told them I would do 30-70% split, but the 30% goes to their charity. So I feel like it works out. I feel like this is like a really solid one.
Okay, now here's something else I want to talk about. I don't understand why Marcus was talking about giving a percentage. Maybe he feels like, you know, maybe the way I felt when I first started, you guys are doing me a favor, let me do you a favor. I'll scratch your back, you scratch my back. And I say this all the time in my videos. Don't offer any money. If you walk into a place and you see a lot of employees, you see a lot of customers, a lot of cars in the parking lot, it's a big parking lot, and you want to get in there, don't offer any money, okay? Let them be the first person to ask you, well, what's in it for us? You know, they're going to ask you that. If they're in it to make a little money on the side for themselves, a small percentage, they're going to say to you, what's in it for us? Okay? Then offer something small, start with 10%, work your way up.
Yeah.
Okay.
When you find a location, don't bring the candy machine full of candy. I bring the candy, I stick it on the countertop. I go back and I get the machine, okay? Why do I bring the candy and stick it on the countertop? I want them to get a chance to see, hey, this bag of candy has not been tampered with. It hasn't been messed with. Okay, then I go back and I get the machine, set it down where I want it to be sitting, take the top off, open up the bag, and pour it in. Now sometimes you have inquisitive eyes, maybe they want to come over and investigate. Yeah, well, let them see how clean the machine is before you dump the candy. Give them the impression that this is a clean machine, sterile candy, nobody's messed with it, I'm dumping it, make sure you wear gloves, dump it into the machine, you're not touching the candy, you're not messing with the candy, it hasn't been messed with. Then when you put the lid on it and lock it up, they know nobody's tampered with the candy. They're going to feel more reassured that it's okay to buy the candy from that machine. And don't forget to put your name on the machine, your phone number on the machine. Don't put their name on the machine. Don't put their name on the machine. And I always tell everyone, make sure that you admire your new employee and take a lot of photographs. And before you leave, make sure you pat him on the head. Give him a little pat on the head. Hey buddy, you're gonna make me some money. All right, so this here is Cody. He seems like he's the most responsible in the whole group of 4.
I was shut down hard.
Really?
All right, so this is Cody. Take a look at what he's wearing. It looks like he's ready to go to the beach and party, okay? Even the shirt that he's wearing has a mugshot of Elvis Presley. So does it give the owner of the store the feeling of confidence that this guy is going to take good care of servicing the machine? Or does it give the look that he's just a party animal, that he's not taking this serious? I don't know what the owners are going to think, but if it were me, I would say dress a little more, appropriately. Dress up a little bit. You don't have to wear a suit, just, business casual, I always say.
What was it like?
It was bad. So she goes, yeah, I don't think we have the room for it. And I looked around and go, well, you actually have plenty of room right here. It would be blocking the view of the pheasant because there was a mounted pheasant on the wall.
All right, now here's something about Cody's approach. Now, I'm not trying to belittle anybody in this video. It's a great video. A lot of fun was had making this video. And there are times when I go out and I try to find a location and someone says to me, I don't have room, or we don't have room in our store for a vending machine like that. And I honestly can look around and see 3, 4, maybe 5 places where this machine would fit comfortably. It wouldn't be in the way of traffic. And the tendency is you feel like, I want to argue with you. I want to argue my point because I feel like you're wrong and I'm going to correct you on this. But the problem is, even if you get them to change their mind and they say, all right, well, you got me. Yeah, there's a space over there. Go ahead and put it over there. Every time you walk into the place, you're not going to feel comfortable because you had to railroad them into giving you that space. So if someone says no and gives you some ridiculous reason why they won't let you do it, just say okay.
And then I look back at her and she goes, I think we're good. And I'm like, oh, all right. That's the only time I felt a little defeated. I'm not going to lie.
I'll give you an example. I had a vending machine that I was trying to get out, and I went to this restaurant, and they kept saying, well, I don't know. They kept saying no. They didn't say no. They kept hemming and hawing. They never said yes. They never said no. And I kept coming back, and I probably went back there like 7 times. They finally just got so fed up with seeing me. They said, all right, fine, just put it over there. And it wasn't a happy relationship. We weren't happy. I mean, I was happy. I was making money. I don't think they were happy that I was there. They were accepting me being there because they didn't want me to annoy them anymore. And every time I went there, I just felt like these daggers were stabbing me. Their eyes, they kept, giving me daggers with their eyes. They just looked at me like, oh, this guy again. I just felt like they hated me. I made good money there. It was really a good place to make money. But it felt like they just hated me. And I even gave them a percentage. So you don't want that. You don't want to put a machine in place and then people don't want you there.